All right. Chicks, dudes, ladies, and gentlemen, welcome to Two Ball Bros Podcast, episode 30.
Damn, episode 30.
Episode 30.
Got here quick, huh?
I'm Abel, he's Aaron.
What's going on, people?
How we doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm having a week. And I mean that in the best way possible.
In the best way possible, yes.
Yeah, we're going to do a little toast. I'm going to talk for a little bit, but I can't get into exactly what happened, but something great happened this week for me. Something that's been years in the making, and I can't talk about it as much as I would like to. However, life-changing stuff. I'm very happy. It's my birthday tomorrow. Ew, 38.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated to you.
Thanks, man. Abel and I have birthdays on the same week. It's been a thing.
Yeah, so the year, like, I feel like the rest of my life is now ahead of me. Let's put it that way. It was a life-altering change that I'm very happy about. I don't even know what else to say. I don't want to get emotional, so cheers.
Cheers. Sir.
Happy birthdays to us.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge for you. I know what it is and you can't. So there.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Just understand that things are about to happen and everything's going to be okay.
That's right.
It's great.
That's right. Bro, we getting old.
Yeah.
38, 36. Oh. It's great. I immediately cope with the fact that I'm closer to 40 than I am 30 now. It's fucking wonderful.
I actually, so funny story. I had to let Amanda know that she is now closer to 40 than she is 21. That didn't really, yeah, it was kind of
that was stupid.
I like the banter.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I might be a little toxic. We kind of discovered this a little bit today, based off of just some conversations we were having in our Abel, Amanda, Rachel, and Aaron group chat.
Yep.
I've discovered that I'm a little toxic, but I live for the fight. You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
You ain't fighting, you ain't trying. That's how it goes.
But episode 30, we're happy to be here. We are getting older. I'm just happy my back is feeling better.
Lumbar support does that for you,
bro.
sir.
I treated myself to a new chair. I might put a picture of it here. I might not, but I'm very happy. I'm not gonna advertise the company, but you know, if you want to support us and you see this, maybe throw us a bone.
I could really use a new chair.
He needs a new chair.
Just saying, I could really use a new chair.
Rachel, he needs a new chair.
She knows. She says it all the time. She goes to my office. She's like, "This chair is awful." I'm like, "I know.
Oh my god,
I need a new one."
Honestly, especially dude, you're in it way more than
I'm
I
in
am.
it all day long because I'm a lazy fat bastard who works from home. It's great. I mean, I guess I'll share a little bit of news for those of you out there who care. So, gender reveal was this past week or a week ago. We didn't even get into that at all.
No, we didn't. And I looked for the part in the episode when I was doing the editing where we said I was I couldn't even find it. I probably missed it.
That's all right.
So what did we have?
What did we have?
What are we going to have?
Rachel and I are having a baby boy.
Yeah.
For those of you out there who care to know.
All gas, no brakes.
That's absolutely crazy. I'm still having trouble. I don't think everybody out there understands how much I was like, it's going to be a girl.
Dude, I thought you were faking it the whole time. Can we be honest? I thought you were faking it the whole time.
Everybody thought I was reverse psychologying it because I wanted a boy. And I've told everybody, like, I'm very outnumbered, obviously. So, like, a boy'd be great. But I was so locked in on the fact that it was a girl, so I'm still adjusting to the fact that it's a boy. Dude, like, I'm still like, holy shit, it's a boy.
There wasn't one person at your party that thought it was a girl.
No,
not one person.
Literally.
You were the only one. Mm-hmm. Rachel said it. Mm-hmm. Right. I'm telling you, man. So Rachel said it was a different pregnancy for her.
She said she's felt different the whole time.
This number three.
Number three, yeah. She's felt different the whole time. So I probably should have taken her word for it. But, here we are. And I also should have known it because the weather was supposed to be very nice that day. So I ended up changing from my pink ensemble to my blue. I should have just known from that point on that it was that was the universe telling me,
no, you're not putting the stupid
pink
shirt on.
No, you're not putting the pink on, dude. Like, take the fucking pink off, bro. It ain't pink.
The video was incredible. If you'll let me, maybe I'll
I was gonna say you can, if you want to, if Abel wants to put it here.
Yeah, I will totally put it there because his facial expression.
Oh, I was in complete shock.
Absolutely incredible. Actually, it was just for your face. It was worth it alone. Oh my god.
It's so now I'm at the point where I'm like I'm now like coming around to like it's a boy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I got a little yeet partner.
Yes.
I got a little, like I'm like, damn, this is hilarious.
Right. Are you just like what are your top wrestling moves that you can't wait to do to this little guy?
I mean, like
RKO.
I mean, like we're definitely like we're gonna learn the Braun Breaker spear fairly quickly,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're gonna get into that. Holy shit.
We're learning the bronze spear fairly quickly, you know. We're definitely going to learn.
You got to get stunnered in RKO.
I think we're going to get stunner RKO, you know what I mean? I think we're going to go off the ottoman, you know, elbow drops, stuff like that, you know.
Yes.
Rachel's cringing as she's watching the episode right now.
Settle. All day. Stimming all day.
All day long.
The first word that baby speaks is going to be, yeah.
Bottle now, yeah.
Bottle now. Yeah. Why is that incredible?
Because it's amazing.
Oh my God, I'm so ready.
I know the girls are obviously excited that they're having a little brother because they don't know what that's like.
Right, dude. Add numbers to your ranks, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Titan and the little guy. We have a name picked out, but I won't throw it out there I won't throw it out there on the internet as of now. But maybe eventually down the road, if Rachel wants to,
someone will steal it.
So, it's not a crazy uncommon name. Baby's not named Miller High Life.
It's actually going to be Buffalo Trace Jacobs.
But yeah, crazy. I still it took me like a solid, and then on top of that, the reason why we missed an episode, I'll take the blame on that one because I literally I never felt sicker. I know Rachel
your body told yourself that you needed a fucking break.
Rachel was like, man, like she was joking with me, but she was like, oh, man flu really hit you. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I feel like dog shit.
Yeah.
I had a headache.
I've never heard you that sick before.
I had a sinus headache and no voice for days. I literally was like, it was just, I felt congestion in here. I had sinus pressure. I was like, this is the worst thing ever. And I don't know if it was like my allergy started and then it all dripped into like it was just a mess.
Dude, you had to go through it. Dude, it was awful. I usually get sick twice a year, and it's always when the weather changes. So, like, mine is coming soon. I just pray. I'm on vacation this week. I pray.
Don't make it this week.
It doesn't happen this week.
Yeah, right.
But,
crazy.
Dude, it's very exciting, man.
It's crazy. We're having years, man. We're having years.
Yeah.
2025 is, I mean, like, I know a lot of people aren't happy with 2025 so far. It's very early, but we're having years, to be honest.
Listen, you're not. First of all, we're not gonna please everyone. It just is what it is. The time is what you make it at this point.
Pretty much.
Listen, there's only certain things in life that I feel like we can all control, and you're either gonna be miserable about that or you're gonna find a way to make yourself happy, and that's just what it is. I don't know, but I guess that's a good segue to another conversation because I put out a thing on Instagram just asking people like, hey, what do you want to talk about? And one of the things, shout out to Noshelle, she randomly put this in my message. Let me grab it real quick. I'm gonna have to cut this real quick because my pictures now I gotta go through it. I'm never prepared. I'm never prepared on the show. So one of the things she asked us to talk about, how our generation is screwed, LOL, financially and emotionally. Let's just talk emotionally first. How many once-in-a-generation recessions do you think we can go to? And I just want to make this very clear to everyone watching this. We are not a political podcast. We're not going to talk about the politics of things going on. We're just going to talk about maybe some feelings and how we feel and what we see going on around this for a second. I hope that's okay. We're not gonna go one way or the other because at the end of the day, like, we want everyone to watch us and hang out. And I don't know. There's a lot going on right now.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk just like me and Amanda right now. Like, we have obviously goals and aspirations to kind of move into a bigger house and things like that. And I do think what's going on right now is going to affect that. I think in the next couple of months, a lot of people and us are going to have to be very money conscious and really think about what we're spending, why we're spending, and how we're spending it. I mean, I think in the next, the next year is when we're going to really start looking for houses and stuff. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, we're not in a bad situation right now at all. Like, we're very good. We're just very far away from everything that we kind of want to be around, family and, things like that. Kind of want to move a little closer to the city, but still want to stay in Suffolk County because Nassau County, I'm not dealing with you again. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Your taxes ain't shit. Your property sizes ain't shit. The house is like I can go ahead and go like this and touch the neighbor's house right next to me. It ain't shit. I ain't doing it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at, man. We're in a holding pattern. Yeah. I think a lot of people are. I mean, how you doing? Listen, you're a brand new homeowner. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Again.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Do you feel like you did the right things at the right time?
I feel like I had to do what I had to do at the time, kind of. Mm-hmm. Looking back on it, I would say that I think we ended up buying at a decent time.
I agree.
I think that we were having a whole conversation in our group chat earlier. Yeah. I think specifically to us, it's really tough to say, right? So like, I know that Noshelle is her name.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, she
wanted us to speak like overall, like everything.
Why are we all damaged?
But I think like we look at it in like a microcosm in the sense that like in New York specifically, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because like there's not a lot of in terms of, let's just talk about housing. There's not a lot going on.
No.
You're not building new homes here.
Right, and there's
you know what I'm saying?
The inventory is
what it is.
You're buying a 3-bed, 2-bath for $600,000.
Right. That's that's reality. You know what I'm saying? Like it sucks, but that is what it is.
Right.
Like,
and that house needs work.
Right. The house gonna need work. It was built in the 70s, and the 60s, and
is the foundation okay?
Is the foundation okay? Or the window is
right.
there just
am I redoing every single window in the house?
Exactly.
And, am I going in there and doing all the floors and repainting and all that shit?
I just think if you look at the flux of things that happened during the pandemic, people leaving a lot. We had record number of people leaving New York and going to different states.
Yeah,
one of my best friends moved to Florida.
Right,
you know what I'm saying like
he also put in a question too.
Did he?
We'll talk about that.
Nice. Okay, fantastic. So I think that like people were leaving for a reason. New York is kind of fucking nuts. You're like you said, you're getting what you're getting. Like we were having a whole discussion today, is the prices going to change? Even if rates change, I don't think prices go crazy different on Long Island, because I think that just it is what it is. It's inventory. Like you might see things go up and down depending on availability, how much it costs to build, this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of that stuff changes as time goes on. But like for New York, you're kind of just, this is what it is.
No, this is what it is.
You're figuring it out. And you're going to be in bidding wars.
There are very, and like the problem with new construction on Long Island is that they're making these mega houses and they're making $1 million houses. By my parents, they live in Levittown. And there's been 2 houses that have gone up on the block in the last, one's still being built, but one has been up. It's like a $1.2 million house. And listen, the house is insane.
Probably beautiful, yeah.
5-bedroom, like 3-bath. There's a basement. There are no basements in Levittown.
No, there aren't.
Like, and there's a whole basement, nice garage, but like the backyard is as big as as the room we're in now.
Yeah.
Like there's no room. Like it's a house. And then on the corner, there's even a bigger house with like a crazy like balcony on top of the garage. I'm like, it's gonna be a $1.5 million house in Levittown. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So that's my concern. Like I mean, listen, Amanda thinks what she thinks, but I feel like we're gonna end up being, unfortunately, more east than we want to, and we're probably gonna have to buy a house that's gonna need work, and like it just is what it is.
I mean, I won't say it on camera. You know how much my house costs.
Yeah.
My house needs work.
Right.
Like,
but dude, you got a great situation.
No, I do. I love the house Rachel and I bought. I love it.
Dude.
It's a good house.
It
has good bones. It's a good size, all that.
Dude,
like,
honestly,
cool.
like that, your house, like I would, it'd be
100%. I agree with you. I like the house. I definitely do.
You got a great situation.
But nothing on Long Island is perfect. That's just reality. Like you're not moving into the perfect situation for the price range you're looking for.
You have to figure out what you want to sacrifice and what you're willing to do after. And like there needs to, like, this is how I feel about it. There needs to be an understanding that like I'm not doing this again. This is going to be the last. This is going to be the last time I fucking do this.
I told Rachel, I'll build a mini house in the back and go live out back. We'll be roommates. I don't care.
I will buy a 1-level house and go up. I don't care.
I don't care. Right? Like I'm not the moving thing. I moved like 8 times in fucking 10 years. Like I'm over it. I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, you have moved a lot.
I moved a lot. I went from apartments when I was younger. When I was in my 20s, I bounced around apartments.
I didn't really do that.
Yeah, I went apartment to apartment to apartment. Well, I should say apartment to living at families' houses. To like I bounced around a lot. And then obviously house, divorce, blah, 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 all that bullshit. You guys don't need to run down. You get it. But like, it's been discussed ad nauseum. But like, I've moved like 8 times over the course of the past decade. It's been like a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here like,
I'm trying to think now. So I moved out of my parents into Dawn's. That was 1. I moved back to my parents for a year to save for the house. That was 2. I moved here. That was 3. And then hopefully 4th and last time. I say that though, but let's just be honest. Like, we'll have some kids. Everything will be great. I'll be 60 years old. Be like, I don't want to live in this big ass house anymore. Put me in a condo.
Well, I think eventually what you end up doing is, right, you have kids and then once they're like up and out, you're just like, I'm going to downsize. I don't need a big old house anymore. Yeah. Or you figure out if you want to sell it to them. Or
I wish my parents would fucking get in that move. Don't get me started, man.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I don't know if Daddy Cool watches this, but me and Daddy Cool are about to have a very interesting conversation in the next month.
Are you?
I'm about to go in on him.
Really?
I am.
Oh,
and this is really just a test to see if he watches.
If he watches, okay,
but we're not gonna have a good conversation.
What did Daddy Cool do? We have to have a conversation on camera.
Nah, we totally will.
Okay.
But Daddy Cool's got to figure some things out.
Oh, okay, fair.
I love him very much.
Fair.
He's literally my hero. But like,
aw.
My guy is
it's the nicest thing I've ever heard.
He literally is, dude. But
son,
like,
if you're watching this, I hope you speak about me like that 38 years from now.
God, listen, my dad is my hero, but at 65 years old, my guy has to slow down because I need him here for the grandchildren.
I hear you. That is a big conversation to have. Yeah, because you definitely like. I get what you're saying.
He doesn't want to slow down.
Yeah, of course he doesn't.
And
we're
gonna be talking about it. But that's
I get it, man.
The thing
Daddy
is,
Cool. Be around to be Daddy Grand Cool. You know what I'm saying?
I actually
Come on,
to be completely honest with you, I actually really want to have him on with us.
I would love that
because I feel like we would have ridiculously fun conversation. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I would love that.
We're gonna totally do it.
I haven't seen Daddy Cool in a long time.
Dude, I haven't seen Daddy Cool in a long time, man. My guy's been working.
He works. I hear you. It's a working man.
But aside from Daddy Cool being on, we do have some things in the works. Or maybe over the next couple of weeks, we might dabble into me, Aaron, Rachel, and Amanda being on at one time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you got. I'll try and put a clip out there, see if like there's any interest behind it. But I feel like that episode's not only going to be a very long episode, but it's going to be a very funny and entertaining episode.
Could be.
We just got to figure out how to film it. That's all. That's all. Like I'm thinking the kitchen table. I don't know. Maybe the couch. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Would it be like Sulks and Bald Bros or like Bald and Sorrows? Bald and Sorrows.
Bald and Sorrows.
Bald and Sorrows.
Because we're sad we're bald. Because we want hair.
Because we want hair.
And they're sad we're bald because they want us to have hair. Does Rachel want you to have hair?
I don't know.
Didn't have it. Yeah.
She's never really
Amanda
said.
definitely didn't envision this.
I don't know.
Right. She wanted someone a little bit more slimmer probably and like toxic with tattoos. She wouldn't strike me for the toxic tattoo guy. I don't know. Maybe she's just going for her polar opposite.
It's possible.
This chick. I can't. But so that was economically, emotionally, we're all fucked up.
Yeah, I mean literally.
Like we're all the type of people now to keep our shit bottled up and just fucking explode and just fucking go nuts.
It's funny because if Rachel watches this back, her and I were literally just having a kitchen counter conversation yesterday.
A kitchen counter conversation? Was there at least a
yesterday.
drink involved?
No,
because I don't know if I
absolutely
can.
Not. But I won't dabble into too many details. But basically, she kind of knows that like sometimes, for those of you who don't know, I tend to be a really big overthinker. I don't know if that's apparent on this podcast.
I've never gotten that from you.
But I tend to overthink everything.
In the almost 2005, 20... Have I known you for 10 years?
Yeah, you've known me for a decade.
Fuck!
Yeah, yeah, man, 10 years.
In the
Is that wild?
Oh, wow.
It's wild, right?
I mean, there was like a year in between where like things went stupid.
Yeah, but you know, we're here now.
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's so much better now.
Yeah, it's way better now. It's fine. So yeah, I tend to overthink a lot of things. So like, I started having a whole, like, I don't know why, but I've just been like a bad mood. I got sick and then I got in like a really bad mood. I got down, and because I told her like
we're gonna have off camera conversations about that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw you.
But basically, like, without delving into too many details, like, I was kind of going through a whole like, oh man, like I felt like I was really lazy last weekend, and I want to start working on the nursery, and I want to do this, I want to get the house ready for the spring, I want to do that, and she just kind of looked at me and was like, "You were sick. You're entitled to be sick and fucking relax.
You're allowed to.
Like it's okay.
You're allowed to die for a week.
She's like, it's okay. You were sick.
Yes.
Like I know you were sick. It's fine." And I was just like, I know, but like. I tend to spiral. I tend to go to like all of a sudden I got into like, am I gonna be a good dad? Is the baby gonna be happy? Blah blah blah. And she was like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about? Like he like that. Not in so many words. She was obviously nice about it, but she just looks at me sometimes and she's like, you like went all the way over here. Like,
right.
Everything's gonna get figured out.
So I think especially when me, you, Amanda, and Rachel eventually do whatever we're gonna do, I think a conversation we need to have is that me and Rachel seem to be aligned emotionally, and you and Amanda seem to be aligned emotionally.
Sometimes I go to like left field with a lot of shit, and I know it, and I'm like, I gotta like get rid of it a little bit.
You've seen how this one speaks. You've seen how she just comes out of nowhere with shit.
I mean, like,
right.
Listen, it doesn't hurt to be, but I will say that, like, just in as far as this tying in the conversation of like emotionally, we come from a really fucked generation,
100%,
and I feel like it's just, I don't know if it's like things passed down generationally or if it's just like how we've grown up in this generation.
I literally think it's a combination of
everything.
Like,
I think
I was just saying, I
think relationships got fucked.
How many generational things have we gone through in the last, let's just say 10 years, right? Like, one time in a generation terrorist attack, one time
Pandemic.
in a generation recession mortgage fucking break,
Pandemic.
one time in a recession pandemic, one time in a one time in a 2025 recession about to be depression bullshit. Like, we're going through a weird fucking time.
I've said this on this podcast before. This is not your personal life experience, right? Because you're used to your parents have been together for how many?
You have
years?
A very different road than I have,
right? But I find that my situation is a lot more common than the situation you've seen. Your parents have been together for how many years? 30 years, 20, 30 something years?
So depending on the math and who you're, if you're asking my mom, it's either 37 or 38 years.
I was like, 30 something years, right?
They've been together and
I just did the math. Mom is watching this right now going, Abel, shut up.
Like, together wise, we've been together almost 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
We're talking 40 years of life.
So I think I've told this to you before. We come from the generation of your parents. I'm going to call your parents the exception because I feel like they are the exception. And lucky you, because your parents have been together 40 years. I come from a family where it's not that. Yeah. Everybody is divorced and arguments and this and that and blah, 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 and multiple marriages and multiple divorces and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like the more I talk to people, my story is more the norm than your story is. And that's fucking sad.
That's wild.
For what it's worth.
Honestly, I never even thought of it that way, to be honest with you.
Really think about how many people you know, and I know obviously Amanda's not in here to speak on this, but I know her mom and dad are together.
Right, yeah.
Right. So like, but really think about how many people you know, and think about how many people come from a family, mom, dad, normal life, blah, 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 whatever, or parents who've been together for 30, 40. It's less a commonality nowadays.
That's so...
It's less a commonality.
You know, I never really thought about that.
You forget the divorce statistics today.
Yes.
They're rendered from the past 10, 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. We're at a 70% divorce rate.
It's insane.
70.
But I feel like people are just getting married to get married. Like, dude, even some of the weddings that I've DJ'd, like, I look at some of these couples and I'm like, not gonna make it. Honestly, they're great together. Like, you know, I live for the times where like I get to DJ for a couple and I'm like, my God, they're so in love. And that might sound like really fucking corny, and I understand that. But when you're DJing 60 to 80 weddings a year for, you know, it's been like 4 or 5 years, like love is your job. Like, it just becomes your job, and you kind of see it and like kind of understand it better because you've seen it on people and understand how they act. And like dude, I've seen the crazy step parents who clearly hate the groom, and like the mom who like doesn't like the bride and like the fact that she's marrying his son and like her son, and like it's very apparent. But like, I feel like people put themselves in the situation and like don't want to get out of it because they've been together for so long that they're just like, all right, this is what it is.
That's a thing too, because I was gonna say we have a high divorce rate, but you also forget there's also people who just stay together because it's convenient.
Right. 100%.
And quite frankly, to me, like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm on record saying this. My personal opinion and situation is going to differ from a lot of other people's.
Right.
But I'm not the only person I know that's my age that's already divorced. You know what I'm saying? So like, at the end of the day, anecdotal experience tells me that it's like literally the conversation. I'm going all over the place. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rambling.
No, this is actually, we're having some great conversation right here.
It's a deep conversation.
I like it.
So like in my personal opinion, the problem is that expectations are through the roof in terms of if you are not Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, the slightest drop of a hat is going to change the situation at anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just a go-to now. Oh, I don't like you anymore. We're going to get divorced, or we're not going to be together anymore. And I feel like people give up on a lot of things easily.
Right.
And I feel like that's learned behavior from what we've seen.
Right.
That's literally learned behavior.
I almost feel like people are treating divorce like just an actual, like, I'm breaking up with you. I
like,
need a break.
I've never heard people, like, what makes me sad is I've never heard people more in a generation that are like, you could actually have this conversation and be like, oh, I can't wait to get married, but if things go bad, I'll just get divorced. What do you mean I'll just get divorced?
What do you mean I'll just get
what does that
divorced?
even mean? I'll just get divorced. That shouldn't be like the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like I always thought of marriage as like, oh, we're gonna get married, we're gonna be together.
How do you not have an investment in the person that you're with? How do you just very lackadaisically say, I'm just gonna get divorced?
I'm just gonna get divorced.
Fuck. Why did you get married in the first place?
Right. Then why? Like maybe then you're not technically ready to be married. Maybe that's not your mindset.
Listen,
maybe it's cool.
Like,
I get it.
I follow a lot of the brides and grooms that I do on Instagram. And listen, there's been a bunch of them that got divorced. And like, you just kind of see them go through it, and you feel. I was gonna say,
you working in the field, I'm sure you see. See people come around, and you're like, damn, they got divorced. Oh shit, they got divorced.
We see and hear it all the time. Like I've seen people at weddings that come up to me, and like you almost feel like shitty when like you're talking to them because like you're like, oh my god, like how's so and so, like your wedding was so great. Yeah, we got divorced.
Right.
Fuck.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Fuck.
Exactly.
Like sorry. Like
yeah, it's crazy. I just think that our generation, in terms of. I think it's all, like you said, I think we're all affected by the things that happen to us on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. Having to go through all this bullshit in terms of like the economy, the this, the that, the all that shit, the fucking pandemic, the this, that, the other thing. It has all fucked us emotionally. Like we all just don't know what to do with ourselves. So we just make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. And we end up like hurting people, doing things, being with the wrong people. I think it's all just I hope that our next generations learn from our mistakes of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I obviously live in a house where I live with two other young ladies who are whatever you want to call me, bonus dad, this, that, the other thing. Yeah. All I hope to do every day is show them I love your mom and I'm here to support your mom. And I'm going to do the best I can to make sure it stays that way for as long as hopefully we're together forever. Obviously that would be wonderful and glorious. But like I have to show them what I feel like is the right thing to do and how you should be treated moving forward. That's the only thing I could hope that they take out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how else to say it outside of like, because I feel like growing up, sometimes you're like, especially for me, like, your dad probably treats your mom a certain way. You go, oh, that works. They've made it work for how long? How this amount of time? They seem happy for the most part. Are they happy all the time? Fuck no, nobody's happy all the time.
I mean, listen, you know what I'm saying? Do you know how many times Christmas has been canceled, sir?
That's my point, right? You see what I'm saying? But like through it all, they've been together almost 40 years.
Right, listen.
They made shit work, you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, there's like, even though sometimes they can fucking hate each other,
of course,
there is deep-seated love there.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that is, I feel like that is a rare thing to see these days.
It's rare. I'm telling you, it's super, super rare. I know. I get in my own head about this shit constantly, all the time. And I'm just like, now I got a kid on the way. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, this is a lot. All of a sudden, I just like sit back. I'm like, wow, this is a lot.
So, but I truly believe that the things we are going through now and the experiences we are having, depending on who you are, obviously, because I feel like the mileage may vary on person to person. I really do feel like if when we have the next generation, and we do the right things, like I feel like we now have this knowledge of, and we've gone through so much emotional shit, like, and all of these things that we've gone through in the last 10, 15, 20 years, however long it's been, that we're going to be able to pass along knowledge like that maybe the generation before didn't have. Like, listen, there are some, like, I'm sure you can vibe with this. There are some things that I wish my parents maybe prepared before that they didn't.
Yeah,
right.
For
we
sure.
all
100%.
we
I say that all
all
the
have
time.
that shit, and hopefully at this point, and I think this is the plan for every generation, is that like we're going to our kids and just being like, hey, here's some shit that I went through. I don't want you to go through this. Here's what I think you should do.
100%.
And just go from there. I don't fucking know, man. We're all emotionally fucked up.
Yep, literally.
Shit, we went fucking deep.
Yep. So much for shorter episodes.
I mean, I want to talk about the direwolf thing, but Jesus Christ, I guess
we can mention the direwolves.
So,
it's fine.
So shout out to Chris and Alex, who, like, both of you at the same time wanted to hear about the direwolves. You want to hear about the direwolves? So
funny.
So I think we're just gonna go. We're going like partly Jurassic Park at this point in life. We're not full Jurassic Park, but like if you're gonna look at this story and tell me that like we're not going to Jurassic Park, this is where we're going. So apparently a biotech company has sort of revived the direwolves. Now, for those of you that don't know what a direwolf is, and I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones, maybe I'll put a direwolf here and like put it to scale to, you know, how big a direwolf can be in maybe that show. I don't think they're actually that big. So
I saw like 7 feet tall. On
yeah,
high
that's
legs.
kind of chaotic.
Big.
I don't think it's
A gray wolf is like 6 feet on hinds.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Shit.
a full size gray wolf in the wild. Yeah, they're like 6 feet tall.
So it's gonna be bigger than
they're
that.
big.
Right?
They're bigger
huge,
than dogs.
right? So from what I was reading, apparently a biotech company kind of sort of brought back the direwolf. What they did is I'm kind of like not quoting here, but just kind of paraphrasing. So don't like kill me if I get this like kind of wrong because I'm not a scientist. But they took some genes from a gray wolf, and I guess they had fossil from like a dire wolf from like years and years and years ago. Put part of it together, and now we have 3 puppy dire wolves hanging out in an undisclosed location with like 2,000 acres of room to kind of grow, and I guess like we're sort of trying to bring those back. They actually called it de-extinction, I believe.
De-extinction.
Yes, which is kind of dude, we're talking we're talking dinosaurs, right? And apparently these animals were around like 12,000 years ago. They used to hunt. So this is how big they are. They used to hunt horses, bison, very large sloths. Those were like their big 3 from what I read. And apparently the reason they were extinct because of humans hunting them. So that's where we're at. We're going into Game of Thrones land. Soon the White Walkers are gonna come upon us, and we're all gonna die. I mean, you're a big Jurassic Park guy.
Love Jurassic Park.
So how do you feel about the fact that like we're now experimenting with things like this was all just a movie? This is all just a movie, and now we're experimenting with possibly bringing.
My mind goes to so many different places at the same time. I can't even begin to, because overthinker, like I said.
Shocked.
So like, you know, so my first thing when I see it is I'm like, oh damn, that's pretty fucking cool actually when you really think about it.
Of course
like,
it is.
Cool.
Science.
Like, damn, science. Cool as shit. My second thought is, why are we trying to bring back these massive creatures that just become another predator to hunt us down?
I don't know.
Because like, I don't know if you've seen the list of other things they're trying to bring back.
No,
but
I
the list
haven't.
is terrifying.
Is it? What is it?
So like, I heard cave lion. I don't know if you heard of what a cave lion is.
No.
Yeah, a cave lion is a lion on steroids. It's a much larger lion. It's like a lion that in terms of let me just put it on weight for you. I think a regular lion usually weighs in at like 400 pounds ish, 400 pounds. A cave lion is like closer to 7 or 8.
I don't got time for this, man.
Like and then like a woolly mammoth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a woolly mammoth has been on the list.
Dude, the elephants are like...
The elephants are going extinct, but we're bringing back the woolly mammoth, and we're going to throw it up in the Arctic and just let it like roam up there and shit. Apparently, that's like the next things on our list.
Why do we do dumb shit?
Why do we do shit? I don't know. Why not? And then the second place where my overthinking mind goes is like, if this is the last time you guys see me on a podcast, just tell my story. You're going to tell me we could do all this scientific shit, but we can't come up for cures with diseases of shit that we have going on? Don't lie to my fucking face.
Oh, there's cures.
Don't lie to my face.
Don't get me started.
There's cures for things, and we're just hiding it.
How's Magic Johnson doing?
I don't know.
Yeah. You know how he's doing?
Still pretty good.
Seems like he's thriving.
Oh, that was fucked.
It's fucked because it's true.
I mean, let me put it to you this way. We have so much advanced science and technology
that we don't know about.
That we don't know about. We're bringing back the mammoth and the fucking dire wolf.
Yeah.
And we're like experimenting on all these animals all the time to cure diseases, and they're just hiding shit from us.
Of course they are.
Do you know why? Because it doesn't make anybody money to cure anybody.
T-Rex. I've always wanted to be a T-Rex.
I'm down. Like, you can mutate me if you want. I'm cool. Just pay me.
Bro, I just want superpowers.
I just want to, like, I'm down. I don't even care anymore.
Fuck it, I want superpowers. God, all right.
The direwolf situation though is crazy. Like,
I'm very intrigued.
But this is the beginning. That's all you know. It's just the beginning.
They're just puppies right now.
They're puppies.
Talk to me in like 4 or 5 years when they're full grown, and let me see what these motherfuckers look like.
I also want to know, like, what does mutating them do to them? What does that do to them? Because you're not going to tell me you're not going to resurrect an animal and like its brain function not be fucked up.
They're also resurrecting it, but not because like
it's kind of a gray wolf. At the same
it's a mix,
time.
right?
Yeah, it's a mixture. But
so
but hybrids usually don't turn out great.
No, I've seen Jurassic Park. I know what hybrids turn into.
The Indominus Rex was fucked up. It could cloak and shit. And then it would just kill you for no reason. It didn't even eat you. It just hunted you.
That was a raptor and a T-Rex, right?
That's a raptor and a T-Rex. It was actually a
raptor.
Who
the fuck would do that?
It was actually a raptor, a T-Rex, and like 5 other dinosaurs.
Why would you do that?
Because science. What the fuck do you mean? Why would we do that?
Stupid. Oh my God. I can't. All right. Well, that's the direwolf situation, guys. Something I thought we'd never talk about. So if you would like to hear us talk about certain things and bring some stuff up, we'll have some good conversation around it. So, follow us on our Instagram or Twitter, all that stuff. And like, please.
Dire wolves, cow hooves, Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. I was wondering when we were going to try and do this. Crap. I need to. All right. New thing is once a show we need to just come out of nowhere with a Shannon Sharp Lakers in 5.
I'm in.
Which, by the way, Lakers in 5. How do you feel about Lakers in 5?
I fuck it, Lakers in 5. I don't fucking know. Lakers in 5.
We haven't really talked about it. How are the Knicks doing?
I mean, they're here.
They're here.
They're here. I mean, they're third in the East. They locked in a playoff spot.
Oh, they did.
They can't beat Boston. They can't beat the Cavs. So it doesn't fucking matter. There's just another playoff team. I love the Knicks. Shout out Jalen Brunson and co. Love you all very much. But,
all right. Well, listen, we tried.
Yeah. It is what it is. We're here, and everybody else is like here. We're good, and we're not like here. We're like here. You know what I'm saying? We stumble in the good to mediocre range. So it's cool. That's what it is.
All right. So
Lakers in 5.
Now that we've gotten through that, we're gonna get into the thing I know you guys really came here for. Obviously, our wrestling talk. You obviously want to hear about it. So. Big weekend coming up. This weekend, this episode is going to release on Monday the 14th, I believe, which brings us right to WrestleMania
Monday
weekend.
Before WrestleMania.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Right? We got some things coming up. Mm-hmm. So we thought we'd take an opportunity to do something fun. I got to actually text this to you because I completely forgot to do it.
That's cool.
So we're going to look at the match card and we're going to do a top 5 or a drop 5 cut 5. A drop 5 pick 5 of the matches we want to see and not see. Now, obviously, as scheduled right now, there are 11 matches. I'm going to go through them very quickly so you all can understand what we're dealing with, right? So in no particular order, we have the WWE Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. We have the World Championship match, Gunther versus Jey Uso, Yeet. Women's World Championship match, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Hello, babies. How you doing?
Love you all.
Yeah, love every single one of you. United States Championship match, LA Knight. Versus Jacob Fatu. We have the Intercontinental Championship match. All gas, no brakes. Intercontinental Championship match, Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. We have the Women's Tag Championship match, which is to be decided. Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez. I believe when this comes out, we'll know who it is, so we'll put it right here in case you're wondering who that is. And we have AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I'm fucking excited for that one. Rey Mysterio versus the man from the Gulf of America, El Grande Americano.
The Gulf of America.
Oh my God. And then, of course, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. And for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. John Cena, depending on who you're talking to. So I guess we're just gonna. How do you want to do this? We can just pick 5, drop 5. We'll just.
Do you want to do it collectively or individually? I'm down to either way.
Let's do it individually.
Individually?
Yeah, sure.
Look at the time.
I'll go first, right?
Okay.
Obviously, I need to see Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. That's not going. It's not going anywhere. I need to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk.
Yep.
And Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Just going through this match card, I need to see Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. That's a need. So that's 3. I have 2 more, and I think I know where I want to go. I want to see Gunther versus Jey Uso. They've done enough at this point to make me want to see them. We'll probably talk about that little promo at the end of it. And now I literally have 1 more matches between all of these matches. Of all of them, I'm not gonna lie, like I can't wait to see Jacob Fatu. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. As much as I want to see that, Braun Baker versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor.
That should be a fun match.
That's literally like as much as I want to see Jacob Fatu potentially beat LA Knight. By the way, Jacob Fatu, I don't know if he will. Listen, LA Knight. Here's the thing though, LA Knight won last year at WrestleMania. Oh, you think Solo's gonna? Yeah, you think Solo's gonna mess with him? Shit! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Mark my words.
But I'll even go through my well. Let's go through your top 5. That was mine.
Okay.
Those are the matches that I'm really looking forward to the most.
So, of the matches, keeping 5, cut 5. Cody Rhodes and Cena, have to see it. Have to see it. Reigns, Punk, and Rollins. There's gonna be a twist there. Some shit's going down. I don't know what's happening, but I need to see it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about.
I love all 3 of those guys for individual reasons. To be completely transparent, like literally have love for all of them.
They're just star power.
They're all just dope. In order, I could.
It doesn't have to be in order.
Okay,
Just whatever.
All right, so Mysterio and El Grande Americano. I'm just gonna go in order. It's gonna be fun, but I don't need that match.
I don't need that match.
It's fun, but I don't need it. And obviously they're gonna unmask. And it's gonna be Chad Gable.
Right.
Woohoo, great. AJ Styles, Logan Paul, don't care. Jade Cargill.
I really care about that match, but like
I love you very
versus
much.
the other ones.
But versus these other ones, and also this is gonna be just a quick nod. That whole Jade Cargill Charlotte Flair thing at the ramp happened for a reason. They're trying to set that up.
I'm telling you right now, Charlotte Flair is beating Tiffany,
and Jade's
Jade
gonna go after
Cargill
the belt.
is going after the belt.
And do you want me to just dive into my? You know what? Let me finish.
Yeah, let's finish this,
and then we'll dive into the theories. Women's tag team match, whatever. Cool. It's fine. It could be interesting if Lyra and Bailey end up going for the belts because I think it's kind of weird.
Liv Morgan is too good not to be a
belt
WrestleMania
holder.
card.
Yeah,
just on the card in
and
general.
be a belt holder.
Honestly, like the more I see Liv Morgan, the more I want to see her do matches because she's awesome.
I agree.
She's awesome.
I love Liv Morgan too.
Yeah.
IC Championship. I'm very intrigued by that matchup. I have a theory on that too. We'll talk about it in a minute, but I'm gonna keep that match. LA Knight versus Jacob.
I want it.
It'll probably be a fun match, but
it's not going to be like a banger.
It's not going to be a banger.
That's why I forgot about the Intercontinental Championship match. So I'm like, yeah, I got to keep that.
Gunther and Jey Uso.
Yeah.
I'm re-locked in.
Yeah.
I'm re-locked in.
The promo.
To be honest with you. Because of the hype alone, I'm going to keep Io Sky, Rhea, and Bianca. Mm-hmm. Despite the fact I think the match is actually going to suck. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think it's going to suck. I kind of
think it can go one way or the other.
I think it's going to suck.
Yeah.
But I need to see. I want to see what the setup is in the future.
Yeah.
Personally. But I have a theory that I'm going to get into in a second. What did I just pick? 4, 5? I picked 4.
Yeah.
So I have one more left. I'm not going to lie to you. I could care less about Tiffy and fucking Charlotte Flair.
I can care less.
Because they tried to like hype it up and make it personal, and it's just not working.
There's no chemistry promo-wise. I'm hoping the match chemistry is better than their actual promo chemistry.
Agreed.
It's trash.
Agreed. So then I guess since I accidentally picked 6 to leave off of the rest of them that are left, the one that I say I'm probably the most hype about of the like undercards, if you will, would probably end up being I think LA Knight and Jacob. I'll take it back. I think that match could be a banger, but I think there's going to be a twist there too that happens. WrestleMania comes with a lot of twists and turns.
Right.
So I'm assuming we're going to get a lot. Do you want to get into theories about some things?
Yes, I really do. Let's start with Reigns, Punk, Rollins, because we just had Rollins do that whole promo with Paul Heyman, which I thought was great until like you owe me a favor.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, like, I found it really disturbing that Seth was like grabbing him by the jacket and was like, "So you're out here all alone." I was like, "You're being really weird right now, dude."
Why did him and Roman do the whole handkerchief thing?
Handkerchief thing?
They both did it.
It's very weird.
It was weird.
It was really weird.
There's something about that.
Something's off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go on record and say what you, me, and Jay, shout out Jay.
Yeah, shout out Jay. Wrestling is cool chat.
Wrestling is cool chat. Have been talking about. I think the turn here is Heyman comes down with CM Punk.
Yeah.
And leaves with Seth Rollins.
Dude, I feel like
that's where I think this goes.
I feel like I don't know anymore. I was with you with that theory, but the reason I don't know at this point is because they've thrown it out in the ethos now with that last promo. So like, I feel like it's too obvious now.
But I don't think it's that obvious. I hope because if you think about it, right? Sure, Seth walked out of the ring and said, now you owe me a favor for not curb stomping your ass, right? Okay. But at the same point in time, right now, of those three guys, the one who needs the push for the over is Seth.
Yeah.
Roman is part-time at this point.
Right.
I love him. Love Roman.
Right.
But he's part-time at this point. Punk is doing his thing, but he's very over.
He's older.
But he's older and he's also very over.
Right.
The crowd is crazy for him.
They love Seth's song, but he's like just.
But he's just a guy, right? No, I don't mean to say it like that because I've said on this podcast, Seth is good.
He is
in the ring. He's good.
Of course, he's great.
I think he's great, but I think he needs the little push. He's had a title before, if I'm not mistaken.
He's been a world champion before.
He's been a world champion.
Yeah.
So like my thought is he ends up going with Heyman. And that becomes a thing where he goes on a championship run.
I like the theory about how if Heyman and him are together, like he gets out of the outfits, like he gets more serious. Like I like that part
possible.
Of it. Like because I actually really do like Seth, but
I like Seth
when
a
you
lot.
look, like you said, when you look at him versus Reigns and Punk, they're up here. He's not.
He's
there.
just a notch below.
Yeah,
he's not like crazy low. But he's a notch below.
100%.
Every time I see Roman, every time Punk comes out, I'm cult personally. like I'm like, damn, bro, like this is cool. I just have a lot of respect for CM Punk because he's been doing it for a long time and everything he went through with AEW and blah blah blah.
I really wish I was more locked in back then to kind of really understand and like appreciate it more. Like, but listen, we're just coming back.
But every time I said this last time that we did a podcast together, like Seth always puts on good matches. Consistently. He's very consistent week in, week out.
Yeah.
He's there. He puts on good matches. His matches are entertaining. Like, he's good on the mic. He comes out and does his thing. This was a little creepy this week, but I'm still kind of rocking with it. Like, it was cool. His outfits are fucking out there as all hell. But when that's his thing.
When Punk called him Grimace, I lost it.
Yeah, like, but he literally dresses ridiculously. Like, he does it on purpose, I think, which is cool. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Cool. But I like Seth a lot. His intro song, every time. You could ask Michaela, I cranked the volume up to 40. On the fucking TV, and I'm like, I love him, but like, I think he's the one that needs the push.
Yep.
And Punk is already going to go on to probably get a title shot at some point. In my opinion, I think whatever happens with this Cena, and I think Punk plays a part in Cena and Cody. Not that he's going to be involved, but I think whichever one of them wins is going to end up fighting CM Punk this year at some point.
I do.
I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
CM Punk's going to go for a title shot at some point this year. I don't know when. I don't know if he gets Money in the Bank. I don't know. He's going to get a title shot at some point. I'm telling you. Okay. Do you want to get into my theory? Do you want to get into my? Do you want to get into my? Which one? I have theories on a little bit of everything.
All right, let's do Intercontinental because I have a theory about this too.
Okay, shoot, go. I talked a lot, so go.
I absolutely 100% think that not only is Dominic Mysterio winning this, Dominic Mysterio is pinning Finn.
Wow,
that's what I think.
I thought he would pin Penta.
They're not gonna. So
they're not gonna let Penta get
Finn
pinned.
Already pinned Penta, and he got the first pin. Penta's not getting pinned.
Do you know what? So you said that, and then I'm glad that you said it.
Yeah.
You said it in our group chat. That was your thought. And then a story came up in my TikTok, and it was a couple weeks back when Finn had his title shot, and they showed a picture of Dominic holding the belt.
The IC belt.
And he was like, he looked like Eddie Guerrero.
That was
and
the Eddie Guerrero shirt.
I was like, this is weird. Like they're manifesting something 100%, going on here.
I will actually be fucking shocked if Dominic Mysterio doesn't walk out with that belt.
I would be a little
like
surprised.
as much as I love Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
But he's already a 2-time champion.
He is.
Penta's great, but he just got here. And listen, at the end of the day, right now, they're not gonna push Finn. Like I want that. I would love to see Demon Finn come back. I'd love to see them actually push him. I don't know the good Finn Balor that everyone knows, but I'm just not seeing them doing it. Dominic Mysterio is the future. Get him a belt.
So I actually happen to think, this is my personal opinion, I don't know Demon Finn Balor.
Neither do I.
Jay yells at us all the time and says, Demon Finn Balor, you guys don't know Finn. I know. But what if this push from Dominic, so Dominic gets the belt, kicks him out of Judgment Day. That's the push you need to get Demon Finn Balor.
Yes, I think that's what we're doing.
That's fantastic television, in my opinion. You've seen hints of Demon Finn Balor in the background of interviews. They're doing things to set it up.
100%.
My thought is, if he pins Finn, it unleashes Demon Finn, who's out of the Judgment Day.
Let's fucking go.
Which is dope for wrestling, in my opinion. Because I think that setting up that feud and now him going at Mysterio back and forth and blah, blah, blah.
And
dope.
I still think, I don't know if Aleister Black's going to end up coming to SmackDown or Raw, but if he comes to Raw, he's going in the Judgment Day.
I think I think that's what's going to end up happening. So, okay, I'm glad you said that IC title theory. I have a new women's championship title theory.
Ooh.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, hit me.
Okay, ready? Let's start with our favorite three ladies.
By the way, shout out to Io in the cheeks.
Io, you got the cheeks out on Raw?
The whole internet stopped.
You got the cheeks out on Raw? What are we doing, Io?
The whole internet stopped on Monday night.
Master of the sky and shit, out here with the cheeks out on a Monday night, double cheeked up.
Yo, I was laying on my couch and I said,
I was watching it back. I was like, whoa. Even freaking what's his name? Adam Pearce was kind of like,
Adam Pearce checked her the fuck out.
Hey, yo. Okay, ready? This is my theory on because Rhea inserted herself in the match.
Yep.
And a lot of the WWE community seems a little up in arms about it.
They do.
Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Bianca's winning.
I think Bianca's winning.
Bianca's going to keep her WrestleMania streak alive.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to win the belt.
Yep.
Here's my double dip theory. Charlotte's beating Tiffy.
Yeah.
I'm convinced Charlotte's beating Tiffy because she's so the bad guy right now that they're going to make her the ultimate heel.
Yeah.
Stay with me. Jade's going to beat the shit out of Naomi. Beat the snot out of her.
Yes, of course.
They already set up Charlotte and Jade being a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, what happens is Jade gets a title shot, takes the title from Charlotte Flair. Her and Bianca unify the belts and have a thing. Watch. That's my theory on where this goes.
The belts.
They're going to do it. You know how Roman unified the championships?
Yeah.
They're going to unify the WWE Women's Championships into one.
So you're saying have them go against each other?
Jade and Bianca are going to be a thing for the future. They're going to set up a mega match down the road. Not now.
Yeah.
Not by the end of this year. By early next year. They're going to set up a mega. Jade's going to get the belt from Charlotte at some point. There's going to be a little bit of a bounce around, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Jade and Bianca are going to fight, and they're going to unify belts. That's my grand theory.
I like it.
They're pushing Jade heavy on SmackDown right now. Heavy. They're pushing the Naomi thing. Mm-hmm. They didn't do that walk by with Charlotte unintentionally.
Yeah,
they don't set shit up for nothing.
Yeah,
they don't. I'm telling you, that's coming. The question is Jade now good enough to beat Naomi, get herself over, and have improved her ring work to the point that they can make her a brand name, essentially. That's where I think we're at. She needed that time away, injured, to work on her in-ring skills.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
That makes sense. And I think she was also doing a movie too.
She was doing a movie.
But she had time to train.
But she also, it was rumored she was in she was at the training facility for weeks before all this stuff popped up with Naomi again. She's been working on her craft because she needed to get better in the ring. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. She's, in my opinion, solid on the mic. She's a sick athlete. She looks insane. She should be Storm in the MCU.
She should be Storm in the MCU.
That's a whole different thing.
I don't know how she has an actress, but she should be Storm in the MCU.
I don't know if she could act, but she should be Storm in the MCU. But like, I just have this theory that her and Bianca are gonna fight. It's gonna be a thing down the road. Her and Bianca are gonna be. We used to be best friends, tag team partners, and now we're gonna clash for these belts and unify them temporarily.
It's funny that you say that because, and maybe we'll just talk about John Cena and Cody real quick.
Sure.
I think speaking of like unifying belts or like maybe getting new championships, I think what John Cena said about him walking away with the championship and taking it home for no one to have, I think there's a reason they're doing that. I think Triple H wants to invent his own belts, his own championship belts.
Oh.
So unifying makes sense. And like maybe John Cena walking away with his championship makes sense because maybe like since we're in the Triple H era, where I think we're in year 1 or year 2 of the Triple H era, this guy probably wants to make his own championship belts.
Probably.
What better way to do it than unifying belts?
Unifying belts.
And letting John Cena, the guy, walk away with the championship belt and making a new belt.
Possible. Cena brings back the spinner belt for old time's sake, get some sales, and then walks away with it.
I don't like, but like the John Cena we're getting though, like he like doesn't even want to give us satisfaction. So like, is he even gonna do that?
Nope.
Like,
he'd probably just be like, I heard you guys want a spinner belt. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, literally. And then like take a dump right on the championship belt in the middle of the ring, like regardless of what crowd it is.
Literally.
I know there's a lot of the only other thing I wanted to mention because I forgot is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh, we forgot about that.
It wasn't
match.
even on. It wasn't even on the.
I'm
the card
actually excited for that match.
I'm more excited about it than I was a couple of months ago.
I like both of them.
I think they're gonna put on a good match.
I think they will too.
Yes.
I went back and watched. I don't know. I think I told you and Jay. I went back and watched Sheamus versus Gunther versus McIntyre from like WrestleManias ago.
Crazy match.
Banger match. I was like, oh my God, this match was a banger.
Dude, Drew puts on good matches, man.
Drew's good. I hate Gunther, but he's good in the fucking ring.
Gunther puts on a good match.
And then like Sheamus, who's now not on anywhere to be found for some odd reason.
He's kind of disappeared.
He's kind of disappeared, unfortunately. I know he's still like around, but he's just not featured right now. But even he was good in that match too. I was like, damn, like these three went at it. I was like, holy shit.
And then real quick, just speaking of Gunther, the last promo that Jay did.
Oh, we have to talk about this.
Yeah, let's first of all, I'm just gonna be honest. Jimmy brought this whole thing back. We need to just like make that very clear. Jimmy Uso is the whole reason that this thing is back.
Agreed. I want to give a shout out to Jimmy because in my opinion, they were setting him up on SmackDown to eventually go for a U.S. championship run. That's my assumption.
I like him with the U.S. championship.
That's my assumption. And he kind of put that on pause to go help Jay out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they asked him to do it, if he thought it would be it. I think he put that whole thing on pause and said, all right, cool, we'll let Jacob and whatever do that thing. But maybe that sets up a Jimmy versus Jacob type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Down the road. I don't know. Because I still think Solo's going to get involved in that match.
It's going to be.
Jacob.
So my theory is I really think, like, I understand you said Solo's going to screw Jacob, but I think he is. I really think Jacob's coming out with this. And I think so? He's
very over right now.
I really do, man.
Really over right now.
I really do. But I think Solo absolutely goes after Jacob. But I can see. I can't sit here. I can't sit here and say that he's not going to get screwed by Solo.
I think that there's been tension between the two of them in the background, and I think Solo ends up coming out for some reason, and I think he just ends up screwing him out of the title shot.
I think you're right.
That's really what I think happens.
It makes me mad that I think you're right, but like the only reason I could think it doesn't happen is because LA Knight won last year. Like, and I don't know. I don't see them doing it twice.
Just feel like they're just giving LA Knight then why give LA Knight the belt at all? Why not just have him beat Shinsuke?
Well, they fucked up.
They fucked up Shinsuke a lot.
They fucked up Shinsuke because he's actually a good wrestler.
He is a good wrestler.
I know. He's gonna end up going to back to Japan.
I think so.
And that sucks because they
just didn't use him right.
I don't think they knew how to. Like I just don't. Like
he's unique.
Yeah, he's very unique.
Good in the ring though. Yeah. Like when I've seen his matches, I'm like,
cool matches.
Good in the ring. He's got cool matches.
They just didn't know how to do it. Which it is what it is, man.
I also have one more. So two kind of we'll leave it off here. So like questions, if you will. Mm-hmm. Did we come out of WrestleMania with anybody else joining The Rock and John Cena's faction, if you will?
I mean, listen, in a funny world, I think the CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins thing is going to have some type of effect of the main event.
The main event, possible.
It would. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, right? Imagine how crazy it would be if Seth leaves with Paul Heyman and then they join The Rock.
I was literally just about to say the same thing.
How actually crazy would it be? Because there has to be more people. There has to be one more person, or there has to be another. Like it can't just be Cena.
I kept on seeing. This is the craziest theory I saw floated out there. I'm just gonna throw it at you.
Yeah.
I kept on seeing that by the end of WrestleMania, The Rock and Cena will have added 2 new pieces to their faction. And the 2 pieces are going to be 2 guys who hate each other, but they come together to unify under The Rock's faction. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
So Drew McIntyre I can absolutely see because when they re-upped his contract, you know who delivered the contract to him? The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah.
That was a video. The Rock pretty much came up to him and told him like, hey, we want you to be here for a long time, And honestly, they could be using Drew McIntyre a lot better than they are. Mm-hmm. So I would actually not mind that at all.
And that faction, if you will, needs people that are in it that are full time to be there when The Rock and Cena aren't there. Because the problem that I first see happening is maybe Cody wins and this is all a diversion and Cena gets the belt before the end of the year. I don't know.
I think Cody winning at this point would be a big letdown.
I would be like, why?
Why did we do this whole John Cena thing for a month and a half?
Because now the point has to be you have to get the belt back from Cena before he retires with it. That's got to be the whole game.
I will be more shocked if Cody wins than Cena.
Because now you have to think about it this way: they're going to have to do build up throughout the rest of this year because it's Cena's retirement tour.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be like Does he leave with the belt? Somebody get the belt from him before he goes. Like you said, maybe they're creating new championships. He leaves with the belt. I don't know. But there's going to be a lot more twists and turns this year if we know wrestling. Has to be. But my thought is, if you added pieces like Seth or McIntyre to that alliance, you now have people there all the time, every week fighting for that alliance, if you will.
See, there was another theory like different that didn't involve The Rock and Cena, where it was like the anti-bloodline. It was Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. I thought that would have been a fucking banger group.
Crazy.
Right. Yeah, which, by the way, hope Kevin Owens is okay after that whole thing.
He's really injured.
No, I do too.
I think he's really
injured. Just, shout out to him. Like, I really hope this isn't the last time we see him in the ring. Yeah. Because this guy has just been putting on banger matches all year. I would say the 2 matches he was involved in with Sammy and Cody were some of the best matches of the year so far.
Agreed.
So hopefully they figured that out. And fuck the fan. Did you see the video?
The fan.
Fuck that fan.
The fan was crazy.
Fuck that fan. For those of you that didn't see it, like some fan was like, oh, you're faking your injury, whatever the fuck he said. Eat a dick. Eat a dick.
I'm also going to go out on a limb here and say what I've been saying this whole time. I love Jay. He's going to be one of the fastest champions in WWE.
I think it's going to be one and done.
I think that he's going to have that belt for no longer than a little while after Money in the Bank.
I hope it's a little longer than his Intercontinental title run, because I hated that. He lost it so fast.
I think people are good. Did you see when...
Did you see the sign?
Did you see the sign?
Bro!
I was crying. I was like...
I'm absolutely putting the picture here because that sign was disrespectful.
And then he stopped and looked at the sign, and I thought he was going to laugh and break character because I thought he was going to be like, oh shit, like that sign's funny.
Mid-event Jay Uso?
Mid-event Jay Uso's crazy. I was like, yo. But like,
See, that would give me fire. That would give me fucking fire.
I think that he's going to beat Gunther, and then I think that he's going to have just a quick title run. I think somebody's nabbing that heavyweight title from him quick. I don't know who. Somebody's going to get it from him fast.
Wild.
I don't know. We'll see. I expect Jay to win, though, and I expect, like, Roman to embrace him either backstage or afterwards. I expect Jimmy to be there.
I liked the theory of as he's walking out, like, everyone's there. The whole bloodline. Old and new bloodline, Roman Reigns, like Sammy's there. Like, we haven't seen Sammy in weeks. Like, I'm hoping that, like, on the way out, he just gets this crazy moment. I mean, that would be cool, but
it'd be wild to me if Gunther retained at this point, to be honest.
I feel like wrestling at times can be like how we feel about Marvel, in the way that, like, sometimes the fans think about better moments than, like, the creators are good.
Yeah. The creators could be sitting here saying, fuck all y'all, we're not doing any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not going to do any of that. And we're just going to sit here and say, wait till fucking SummerSlam for any title changes.
Literally.
It could do it, like.
Dude, like, wrestling is it's probably been the most unpredictable it's been in years, at least from what I've read. Like, usually, titles don't change before WrestleMania, but, like, the tag titles, the Intercontinental Champion, the U.S. Champion, like, all these titles, they've all changed in the last, like, month.
Did you? I know we're running over.
That's okay.
Did you see a recent Seth Rollins interview?
Which one?
Or not Seth Rollins. CM Punk.
No.
CM Punk was recently interviewed by somebody, and they said they were talking to him, and he was like, he told CM Punk, I didn't know this because I haven't watched wrestling in that long. They were like, when you took out Jeff Hardy. Apparently, he beat Jeff Hardy for a belt.
I don't remember that.
Apparently, CM Punk took out Jeff Hardy for a belt.
Okay.
I think maybe it was Money in the Bank or something.
Yeah.
Somebody will correct me in the comments. I'm sure if you're watching this. But somebody was like, oh, when you took out Jeff Hardy, like, I hated you. And CM Punk's reaction was good. That's the point. It's storytelling. I wanted you to hate me.
Yeah.
He slipped in a little tidbit after that. And he literally said, if you think that was bad, wait until you see the next 6 months. And I was like, Punk, what the fuck are you about to do, sir? What are you about to do?
Said, wait for the next 6 months.
He said, wait until you see me the next 6 months. And I was like, if people hated you during Jeff Hardy and you're saying wait till the next 6 months, what the fuck are you about to do?
Is he going to turn?
He might turn. Imagine turns
CM
and goes
Punk
with
joins the Rock. I wouldn't be able to I don't think I'd be able to handle that. I don't think I'd be able to handle that.
Imagine that's the turn.
I think that would actually be, for me, that would be crazier than the John Cena turn, to be completely honest with you at this point.
The Rock shows up during the triple threat match and just, like, hits one of these as he's going to get ready, and he GTS's Roman Reigns.
Right. He did 3, he did 2. Where's 1?
Where's 1?
Where's this?
Where's 1? Where's 1?
God damn you, Rock.
He'd have the oldest faction of all eternity.
Oh my God. But God damn it would work.
I was like, I don't know if I could handle a CM Punk heel turn right now after a Cena heel turn.
I'm going to have a heart attack.
That'd be nuts.
It's already bad enough. I'm going to have to watch WrestleMania in the background with everything I'm doing that fucking weekend. So mad.
Shout out the WrestleMania party going on in my house that the Abel can't come to.
Yeah, great. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's an episode 30 of the Two Ball Bros podcast. Yeet. Like, comment, and subscribe, all our shit right here. We will see you on the next one. Hopefully, if you are a wrestling fan, you enjoy WrestleMania. All gas, no breaks. Take care. Have a great night, day, whatever the fuck you're doing.